So in last class, we seen that least common multiple. First, we recall what we learned in the last class. Then we can move on to today's session. Okay. So last class we seen that least common multiple. What do you mean by least common multiple? So either we can define two ways. Least common multiple for two positive integer. First, write the multiples of first integer, then write the multiples of second integer, out of which find the common multiple. Then you have to choose the least value, that is least common multiple. In other words, so least common multiple, the proper definition, least common multiple of a two positive integer a and b is the least positive integer divisible by both a and b. The least common multiple of two positive integer a and b is the least positive integer divisible by both a and b. The notation is square bracket of a comma b. So LCM of a comma b means square root of a square bracket of a comma b. So we seen some examples. LCM of 18 comma 24, there is nothing but 72. Okay. After that, we see the symbolic definition of LCM. Okay, what's the definition? LCM of two positive integer is nothing but a least positive integer which is divisible by both a and b. So the symbolic definition is first a divides. We can say that m is an least positive integer. Then a divides m and b divides m. Suppose any other number, say m dash, a divides m dash and b divides m dash. Definitely m dash is greater than or equal to m, where m is an positive integer. This is symbolic definition of LCM. After that, this is a 2 mark problem. Okay, suppose the biggest number is given means you cannot find the common multiples and choose the least number is a little bit difficult. So avoid that by using canonical decomposition. Easily we can find the LCM. Okay, that is A has some canonical decomposition, B has some canonical decomposition. So LCM of A comma B is nothing but first to find the common factors. So say P1, P2, etc. Pn, choose the maximum power. So that is P1 power of maximum of A1 comma B1, P2 power maximum of A2 comma B2, and so on. Pn power maximum of An comma Bn. Problem 1. Using the canonical decomposition of 1050 and 2574, find their LCM. So first, just already we seen this. So 1050, for that you have to find the canonical decomposition. Similarly 2574, we have to find the canonical decomposition. So you have to choose the maximum power. Okay. After that we see LCM of three numbers. That means similar way we can do it. Find the canonical decomposition of those three numbers, then choose the maximum power. There is nothing but your LCM. This is one way. This is another way. Suppose you want to find LCM of n numbers, means first you have to find the LCM of n minus 1 numbers. After that, find the LCM of n minus 1 numbers with n, with the nth number. Okay. So we seen one problem. So, okay, for find the LCM of 24, 28, 36, 40. First to find the LCM of 24, 28, 36. Okay. After that, for finding 24, 28, 36, LCM of 24, 28, 36, for you have to find the LCM of 24, 28. After that, so the LCM of 24, 28 is 168. Then you have to find the LCM of 168, comma 36. Then you have some value, that is 504. So you have to find the LCM of 504 and 40. That is nothing but LCM of those four positive integers. So this is another important 8 mark theorem. So that is LCM of two positive integers, that's nothing but product of those two integers divided by GCD of those two integers. It's a simple one. Just write the definition for LCM and GCD by using canonical decomposition. From that easily we can prove it. It's the easiest one. After that, using GCD. By using the previous theorem, we did lot of problem. In this problem, given is LCM of two numbers, you have to find the GCD of two numbers by using the previous theorem. The problem number two, there is something but corollary. Corollary means suppose those two integers are relatively prime, the GCD is nothing but product of those two numbers. Because the two positive integers are relatively prime, then corresponding GCD is 1. So only the LCM of two positive integers is nothing but product of those numbers when A and B are relatively prime. We've seen some examples. Similarly, the positive integer n positive integers are pairwise relatively prime. So LCM of those n positive integers nothing but product of those numbers. We've seen some examples. That is another corollary, that is yeah, there are k positive integers such that each integer divides a, then LCM of those integers also divides a. This is another important corollary, sometime 4 marks. Then problem 1. So given is LCM of two numbers is 132, you have to find the unknown a. Okay, easily you can find it, because here the only one thing you have to remember, GCD of two consecutive positive integer is definitely 1. GCD of two consecutive positive integer is 1. If you know this one, then only you can solve this problem. Otherwise, we can't. Then P and Q are twin primes. Then how do you find the twin prime? The LCM of twin prime is 143. Find those two numbers. Similarly, now by using recursion, find the LCM of four-digit numbers. Similarly, find the LCM by using the known theorem. The given is GCD of two numbers as well as product of two numbers. Then again, find the GCD of two positive integer by using GCD of two positive integer to compute the LCM of those two positive integers. Similarly, already you know those things. Okay, up to this we seen in the last class. Okay, today we are going to see new topic, that is a little bit interesting one also. Okay, because you are CSC students, you are going to attempt, you are going to write the, you are going to attend the campus interview. So the phase one is aptitude test. Okay, in the aptitude test, definitely you have one of the question is pick out the odd number or find the next number in the sequence. Okay, that problem is included in the topic of number pattern. Okay, so today we are going to see the topic number patterns. So this is less important topic in unit 3, because when I give the problem directly you can see the answer. Okay, sometimes we have 8-mark problem in this topic also. So this is a less important topic. Why? Because easily you can find the answer, because you attack lot of aptitude problems. So some problem just I show you, definitely you can say as give the answer. Okay, but from this topic you can get the 8-mark problem also. Okay. So introduction, the number patterns are fun for both amateurs and professionals. Definitely. Okay. Often we would like to add one or two rows to the patterns. So we must be good at pattern recognition to succeed in the art of inductive reasoning. So suppose the given is some of the pattern, you have to recognize the pattern, then only you can add one or two rows of the pattern. Okay. It takes both skill and ingenuity. In two of the following examples, mathematical proof establishes the validity of the patterns. See, the validity of the pattern is a 8-mark problem. Suppose you have to find one or two rows of the pattern, means that is our 2-mark problem. Okay. Please answer this question, because already you attend many um, what I said, competitive examination, that is placement training. So in the training, definitely you have one section that is aptitude test. Okay, so simple one, just try to find, please anyone answer me, find the next two elements of the sequence. This is a 2 mark problem. So this type of problem definitely you have, you may get in your aptitude examination. Okay, please anyone unmute and then answer me. Find the next two elements of the sequence, at least by chat. Suppose maybe in your surrounding there is a nice place, so at least try to answer me.
21, 28.
Okay, reason.
Sir, first one, 3 difference is 2, sir. 3,
Hmm.
6 difference is 3, sir. 6
Hmm.
and 10, 4, sir. 10 and 15, 5, sir.
Hmm.
15 and 21, 6, sir.
Hmm. 28 and
21, 28, 7, sir.
okay, it's the simplest problem. Okay, easily you can identify. Good, good, good. Okay, but we can in another way we can prove this exactly what the last student said. That is correct. Okay, the answers are 21 and 28. Okay, let's see how to solve this one. The given sequence 1, comma 3, comma 6, comma 10, comma 15. When you observe the sequence, it is a sum of the first n natural numbers. That means, so that is first one is obviously 1, the second one is 3, that is nothing but 1 plus 2, the third one is nothing but 1 plus 2 plus 3, then that is nothing but I can add the previous one. So 6 is, that's nothing but sum of first 3 integer. The first sum of first 2 integer is 3, then 3 plus 3 is 6. The 10 is nothing but sum of first 4 integer, and 15 is nothing but sum of first 5 natural numbers. Then 21 is nothing but sum of first 6 natural number. Then 28 is nothing but sum of first 7 natural numbers. Easily you can say that. Okay, good. But if you this is the easiest problem. Okay, I appreciate you. So whatever give the answer, there are many students give the answer. That is Praveen Karthik, I think he give the wrong answer. Okay, Swati, Kirtana, NV, Kirtana, B, then Vinusha, Vigneshwari, Nandini, Hinduja, okay, Akash KS, Rakesh B. Okay, these students are gave the correct answer. Okay, good. What about the next two problems? So if you give the answer for next two problem, definitely you may assume that we have some intellectual things. Okay, hence okay. I will show the next problem. Hmm. Find the next two elements of the sequence. It's the easiest one also. Just try to think it. Please anyone unmute and then answer it. Otherwise, at least in the chat box, you can tell me. Find the next two sequence of the find the next two element of the given sequence. Say given sequence first is OTT WFWS. What is the next two elements in the sequence, given sequence? So if you need any clue, ask me, I will give you. Otherwise, try to give the answer. So think about the sequence. You have to find the next two elements of the given sequence. You need some hint. Please ask me. I will give you. The first problem, the easiest problem. Okay, so you give the answer. You may think that, sir, இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப easy, sir. ஸோ நான் ஈஸியாக சொல்லிடுவேன் சார் அப்படின்னு நீ நினச்சிருக்கலாம். இதே சார் கிளாஸ் எடுக்கிறீங்க அப்படின்னு நீ நினச்சிருக்கலாம். ஓகே, நோ ப்ராப்ளம். Just try to answer me for my second problem. See, in when I start the algebra number theory, initially itself already I told you. So in number theory, maybe unit 3 is already you know the topics. Even though we have to get the deep knowledge in simpler topics also. Okay, because fourth unit is definitely new for you. 15th also new for you. So third unit only already familiar with this LGCD, LCM, divisibility theorem, and canonical decomposition. Already you know all these things. Okay, even though just we have to get the deep knowledge. At least anyone. I think no one give the answer in the chat box. Please, anyone reply me. Please unmute and then reply me. You need any clue? Just observe the sequence. What is the next two elements of the given sequence? A time is running. Anyone, you need a clue? Okay, I will give the clue. Maybe from the clue C-section student, maybe he able to, she or he able to give the answer. Okay. When I teach the, so suppose in my classes, in every each and every my classes, I gave just I am asking general logical problem. Okay. For example, um, choose so just I listed there are 16 number, choose 6 numbers out of 16 whose sum is 21. Find those 6 numbers. This type of question already asked in my classes. Okay, I think C section I'm already taken in M1 and M2. So definitely I ask this type of question in your classes. I list out some number. What's the next number? Already ask the question. So just I list out some 20 to 30, I think 20 numbers. I listed 20 numbers. Just I am asking what is the next number. In that problem, I told that, so whatever you've seen, don't think as it is. So you have to think in different way. Then only you can get the answer. Same thing when you see this, when you see this problem, suddenly, so what do you get in your mind when you see this problem? So anyone please reply me, then only you can get the answer. Please anyone reply me. Anyone answer me? Swati D. When you see the problem,
Yes, sir.
என்னமா ஒன்னு உனக்கு மைண்ட்ல வருது? OTTFFSS. When you see the problem, என்ன உடனே உனக்கு மைண்ட்ல வருது?
ஆல்பபெட்ஸா கொடுத்திருக்காங்களே என்னன்னு தோணுது சார்.
ஓகே. அப்படி யோசிக்காத. Don't think that the givens are alphabet. If you think that the givens are alphabet, you won't find the answer. You have to think in different way. Then only you can able to find the answer.
Okay,
The
sir.
similar question ஆல்ரெடி கிளாஸ்ல கேட்டிருக்கேன். நான் அவருக்கு நம்பர்ஸை கொடுத்து கேட்டேன். இங்க வந்து ஆல்பபெட் கொடுத்து கேட்கிறேன். அவ்வளவுதான் வித்தியாசம்.
Okay, sir.
The answer is
ஆன்சர் கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டேன். EN sir.
E
N.
EN. Now tell me, how do you find that one?
ஏன்னா ஓனா 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9.
Exactly. Good ma. Okay, mute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay, exactly correct. So in each and every problem நம்ம என்ன கொடுத்திருக்கோமோ அதை பத்தி தான் think. நம்பர்ஸ்னா நம்பர்ஸாவே யோசிப்போம். லெட்டர்ஸாவே you may think that the given numbers is question. In the question the givens are number, you think that find the relation in between the numbers. The givens are letter, you are always thinking that we have to find the next letter. So there is any relation between the letter, but you have to think in another way. Suppose letter means number means letter, then only you can get the answer for some other number. So simply the first O denoting number 1, second T denoting number 2, the third T denoting number 3, fourth is number 4, fifth is number 5, the sixth one is 6, seventh one is 7. So next one is 8 and 9. So EN. So solution, find the next two elements of the sequence OTTFFSS. When you observe the sequence, it is nothing but the first letter of the natural numbers. Okay, O, T, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Therefore, the next two elements are EN, N. Okay, good. So this is simple 2 mark. Next problem 1. Study the following number pattern, add 2 more lines. Okay, when you see the problem, definitely each and majority of the student can able to give the answer. Okay, because easiest problem also. Okay, so try to find the next 2 rows. So please observe it. Try to find the next 2 rows. Anyone answer me? The first one, 1 into 9 plus 2 is 11. Next row, 12 into 9 plus 3 equal to 111. The next line, 1 into that is a 123 into 9 plus 4 is equal to 1111. Next one, 1234 into 9 plus 5 is equal to 11,111, and so on. You have to find the next 2 rows. Easily you can find it.
Sorry, 8 ones, 9 ones, sir.
Exactly, 8 ones and 9 ones. Okay, similarly, you can find the similar type of number patterns are there. Easily, you can find the next two rows. But in this section, we also studied the validity of the pattern also. Okay, generally, we can I can find the general term. From the general term, easily I can say that this is there are 9 ones. There are 9 ones and 10 ones. Okay, correct? Because sorry, 8 ones and 9 ones. Okay. Okay, first you have to observe the sequence, observe this. So always we have a common in multiply with 9, okay? Then the first number start with 1, the second number is 1, 2, the third number is 1, 2, 3. That is first natural number, then first two natural numbers, then first three natural numbers, then first four natural numbers, and so on. Similarly, here the addition of some numbers start with 2, then increase by 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in first case I have 2 1, the next case I have 3 1, the next case I have 4 1, and so on. Finally we have there are 7 ones. Next two rows are 8 ones and 9 ones. When you observe this, although the pattern is here very obvious, let us make a few observations, study them, look for a similar behavior and apply the pattern to add two more lines. Okay. The LHS of each equation, is sum of two numbers. First, you have to identify the LHS of two equations is sum of two numbers, because left hand side is 1 into 9, there is a single number, then plus 2. So LHS is always sum of two numbers. The second observation, the first number is a product of the numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. n and with 9. Okay, first number is already I told that LHS is sum of two numbers. So first number is a product of n numbers, start with 1 and end with 9. Then with again the product with 9. Okay. The value of n in the first equation, because already told that we have a product of n numbers, then multiply with 9. Okay. So in n values in the first equation 1, the second equation 2, in the third equation 3, and so on. Take a look on the second add-ons on the LHS, that is second number. So when you see the second add-on in the LHS, it's a sequence 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. It is an increasing sequence beginning with 2. So the second add-on in the nth equation is n plus 1. So the first equation, second equation, third equation, fourth equation, fifth equation. First equation, the second add is 2. Second equation, the second add-on is 3. So nth equation, the second add-on is n plus 1. Okay. Suppose 8th equation means it's a 9. 9th equation means 10. So only we can say that in second add-on in the nth equation is n plus 1. The RH of equation is a number made up of 1. So right hand side of each equation is a number made up of ones. In nth equation we have n plus 1. In nth equation, that is in equation 1 2 ones, equation 2 3 ones, equation 3 4 ones. So in nth equation we have n plus 1. So thus a pattern emerges and we are ready to state it explicitly. The first number in the nth line is 1, 2, 3, etc. n. The second number is always 9. The second addend is in the nth equation is n plus 1. The right hand side made up of n plus 1 ones. Okay, suppose here I am asking that is 7th row and 8th row. Sometimes they ask directly 11th row and 12th row. You have to work it out. When you observe the equation, directly you can write 10th row, 12th row, or and so on. Okay. So when you observe the pattern in any row, we can easily write it. So the next two lines are obviously there are 8 ones and 9 ones. Okay. So simplest problem also, but when you prove the validity is a little bit difficult one. Okay. Another pattern, that is 1 into 8 into 1 into 8 plus 1 is 9. 1 into, that is 12 into 8 plus 2 98. Then 123 into 8 plus 3 9, that is 987, and so on. Just find the next two rows. Anyone reply me? next two rows. Okay, easily you can say that 9, 9, 8, 9, 8, 7, 9, 8, 7, 6, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. The next row is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So left hand side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into 8 plus 7. So easily you can find it. Okay, again another observation. As a close look at the various row reveals the following pattern. The first factor of the product on the LHS of the nth equation of the form 1 into 2 into 3 into up to n, because when you see that first number is 1 1, next is 1 2, next is 1 2 3, so in the nth equation I have 1 2 3 etc. n. You may think that sir பார்த்தோனே தெரியுது எதுக்கு சார் இந்த explanation அப்படின்னு நீ நினைக்கலாம். Okay, so even though um, when you going to prove the validity of the pattern, you have to understand in this way, then only you can able to prove the given pattern. Okay, so only I give the explanation. So second factor is always 8, and second addend is in the equation is n, because in the second addend in the first equation 1, then the second equation 2, so in 10th equation second addend is n. The number on the right hand side of the nth equation contains n digits, each begin with 9, and the digits decrease by 1, because first one is 9, the second one is 9 into 8, the third one is 9 into 8 into 7, and so on. Thus the next two lines of the patterns are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 into 8 plus 7, that is 9 8 7 6 5 4 3. Similarly another equation 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 into 8 plus 8 is equal to 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2. Okay. Next problem 3. This is an important this is an 8 mark problem also. The problem 3 is an 8 mark problem. So in the last year they didn't ask us, but even though it's possible the question paper is difficult, mean definitely you can get this type of problem. Okay, see this, establish the following number pattern and add two more lines. So I have to establish the following number pattern as well as add two more lines. So add two more lines is easy for you, but establish the number pattern, that is a little bit difficult. Okay, please observe carefully, then only you can able to write. So this is nothing but our problem 1. I took the problem 1 alone. Okay, so my problem 1 is already you seen that 189 plus 2 is equal to 11, 12 into 9 plus 3 equal to 111, 123 into 9 plus 4 equal to 4 ones, and so on. Okay, please observe carefully, because already you know that add two more line already we seen that. Okay, even though how do my aim is establish the given number pattern. Okay, that is first I have to establish the number pattern, means I have to choose the nth equation. Okay, my nth equation is nothing but, see what's the given pattern. Observe this. So first equation start with 1, second equation 1 2, the third equation 1 2 3, the fourth equation 1 2 3 4. So nth equation always 1 2 3 up to n. Okay, this is the n digit number. Then always I multiply with 9. So this is an n digit number. Then I multiply with 9 plus, and you observe the second addend. So first equation 2, second equation 3, third equation 4, nth equation I have n plus 1. So left hand side I gave the representation for nth equation. So here I have n digits, multiply with 9 plus add with n plus 1. Finally I will get definitely n. How many ones are there here? How many ones are there? Please anyone reply me. In the nth equation how many ones are there? N plus 1 ones, because in equation 1 I have second addend is 2, so definitely 2 ones. In second equation I have 3, so I have 3 ones. In nth equation here I have n plus 1, so there are n plus 1 ones. Okay, n plus 1 ones. Okay. LHS I take with LHS, I have to prove the RHS. I start with LHS, I have to prove it. I have to prove the RHS. Okay. Okay. Before going to prove, few observation is needed. If you have those observation, then only you can able to prove the uh, problem or prove the number pattern. Okay. So, okay, how do you write 123? Oftenly 123 is 100 plus 20 plus 3. That is, I have to represent as a unit place, 10th place, 100 place. Like that, you have to split. So, 123 as 100 plus 20 plus 3. So, I can rewrite this. 100 is 1 into 10 square. 20 is 2 into 10 power 1. 3 is equal to 3 into 10 power 0. So, I have to represent 123 as that is base 10 number. Okay, that is 10 square, 10 power 1, 10 power 3, and so on. Then the second example, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 1234. Similarly, 1000 plus 200 plus 30 plus 4. Then I can represent as 1 into 10 cube, 2 into 10 square, 3 into 10 power 1, and 4 into 10 power 0. So I know all these things. You may say that, okay, please observe this. If it is three-digit number, three-digit number, I have 10 power 2. If it is four-digit number, I have 10 power 3. That is suppose I have three-digit numbers. I start with 10 power 2. Suppose it is a four-digit number, I start with 10 power 3. Okay. Okay, we would like to prove that 1, 2, 3, etc. n into 9 is equal to n plus 1, which is equal to n plus 1 of 1s. Okay. So LHS I start with this is n digit number 1, 2, 3, etc. n digit number, then into 9 plus n plus 1. Okay. So see, I can keep this 9 as a first number, then open the bracket. How do you represent this n digit number? How do you represent this n digit number? So this is n digit number. So always I start with 10 power n minus 1. In previous case, 3-digit number I start with 10 power 2. 4-digit number I start with 10 power 3. So n digit number means I start with 10 power n minus 1. So 1 into 10 power n minus 1, 2 into 10 power n minus 2, 3 into 10 power n minus 3, etc. The last number is n into 10 power 0. I simply write n into n. n into 10 power 0 is nothing but n. Plus, so here I already know that this is nothing but n plus 1. What is the next step? I can rewrite 9 as 10 minus 1. I can rewrite 9 as 10 minus 1. Okay. The next step, I have to multiply 10. See, there are two product. Okay. So there are two product. One product is 10 minus 1. Another product is a big expression. I have to multiply this. How do you multiply 10 into 10 power n minus 1? Then again I have to multiply 10 with 2 into 10 power n minus 2. And I have to multiply 10 with 3 into 10 power n minus 3, and so on. Finally, I have to multiply 10 with n. Okay. Then another multiplication, I have to multiply minus 1 with the 10 power n minus 1. Then I have to multiply minus 1 with the 2 into 10 power n minus 2. Then and so on. Finally, what do you get? If you multiply 10 with 10 power n minus 1, what do you get? The power is increased by 1. So 10 power n. Next, here also the power is increased by 1. So 2 into 10 power n minus 1. In last term, the power also increased. So here the power is 10 power 0. So increased by 1. So n into 10. Okay, do you understand? Then minus, here what you get, the same terms, you will get it. Okay, then plus n plus 1. Next, when you observe this, see, listen, I can keep 10 power n as it is, but here 2 into 10 power n minus 1, here minus 10 power n minus 1, if you subtract it, 2 minus 1 becomes 1. So the next term 3 into 10 power n minus 3, here the next term is 3, here the next term is 3 into 10 power n minus 2. Here your next term is 2 into 10 power n minus 2. When you subtract it, you will get 1. That is 1 times of 10 power n minus 2. When you observe this, so likewise, you have to, I have to club. So 10 power n is as it is. Here 2 into 10 power n minus 1. Here 1 into 10 power n minus 1. If you subtract it, you will get 10 power n minus 1. Similarly, in the next term, 3 into 10 power n minus 2. Here 2 into 10 power n minus 2. If you subtract it, you will get 1 times of 10 power n minus 2. Okay. Similarly, here also n. Here you will get n minus 1. So if you subtract it, you will get singleton. You will get 1 times of 10. Then this n is, because here there is no 10 power 0, but here we have 10 power 0. So this term is alone. When you add with this, n plus n is, see, this is minus n, this is plus n, it will be cancelled. Then we have plus 1. Okay. The next step, so the 10 power n, if you simplify these two, that is 10 power n minus 1. Then if you simplify the next term, 10 power n minus 2 and so on. The last term 10 power n into 10 power 1. Here n minus 1 is 10 power 1. So finally we get only 10. Then these two numbers cancel. We have only plus 1 alone. So I can add it here. So this is nothing but my, so what do you mean 10 power n? 10 power n. This is 10 power n minus 1. This is 10 power n minus 2. This is 10 power 1. This is 10 power 0. So 10 power n means the digits are definitely n plus 1 digits. So in previous case already explained, 3 digit means 10 power 2. 4 digit means 10 power 4. So reverse vice versa. 10 power 4 means 3 digit. 10 power n means n plus 1 digits. Okay. So sorry, I did some mistake. So this is nothing but, see, this is 10 power n. Correct, don't worry. So see, 10 power 3 means what? 1000. 10 power 3 means 1000. So 10 power 3 means you have 3 zeros. Okay, 10 power 2 means 100, 2 zeros. So 10 power 2, 2 zero. 10 power n zeros. Here we have first number 1, there are n zeros. Add with 1, definitely what do you get it? You will get, there are n plus 1 times of, that is it. There are n plus 1 ones. When you add it, definitely there are n plus 1 ones. Okay. So please observe once again, you will get the answer. So when you add this, definitely you will get n plus 1 ones. Okay. So which is nothing but my RHS, which is nothing but my RHS. Add 2 more rows in the following pattern. Already you know that. Okay, yes. This is the next problem. In previous problem, I didn't add 2 more rows. So already in previous case I added. So only I leave it. Okay, the same type of problem. So quickly we can complete it. Okay. So 9 into 9 plus 7, 88, 98. That is 98 into 9 plus 6, 888. So 987 into 9 plus 5. There are 4 8s and so on. Okay. First we have to write the next 2 rows. Easily you can write it. There are here I will get 3 6 7 8s because the last step is 6 8s. So for next 2 rows this is 7 8 and this is 8 8. Easily you can write it. That is not a problem. But how do you validate it? So the general terms. See, please listen. What's your see this? When you observe, start from 9. Okay, then subtracted by 1 1. So 9 9 8. Then 9 8 7. 9 8 7 6. 9 8 7 6 5. So 9 is fixed. Here I start with 7. I have to subtract it by 1. Okay. Okay. So here 9 into 8 into 7. The last number definitely 10 minus n. So the last number must be 10 minus n. When you observe this, the previous case. Okay, see this. If you take the second equation, first number is 9. The second number is what? 8. The third number is 7. Okay, and so on. So what's your final number? I have to subtract by, see, first equation means I start with 9, end with 10 minus 1. First equation mean I start with 9, end with 10 minus n. Both are 9, so single 9. Second equation 9, 8. That is start with 9, then end with 10 minus 2. N means number of equations. So 10 minus n means 10 minus 2, you will get 8. So third means start with 9 and end with 10 minus 3, 7. So only get 9, 8, 7, etc. Okay. So in general, I can write it 9 into 9, 8, 7. The last digit is 10 minus n into 9. Obviously, you can write it 8 minus n. How do you write 8 minus n? In first equation, 8 minus 1. Second equation, 8 minus 2. Third equation, 8 minus 3. In the nth equation, 8 minus n. The right hand side, there are 8s. In first equation, 2 8s. The second equation, 3 8s. In n equation, there are n plus 1 8s. Okay. So I am going to prove this one. The previous case, similar to previous case, I start with LHS. So 9, 8, 7 up to the last digit is 10 minus n into 9 plus 8 minus n. Okay, what is the next one? Similar case. So I replaced 9 as 10 minus 1. Then remaining is I can write it 9 into, because there are n numbers. First equation we have 1 digit. Second equation we have 2 digits. So nth equation we have n minus 1 digits. So only I start with 10 power n minus 1. Please observe the question. First equation I have 1 digit. Second equation I have 2 digit. Third equation I have 3 digit. 3 digit means I have to start with 10 power 2. Okay, so that is n digit means I have to start with n minus 1. 10 power n minus 1. So only I start with 10 power n minus 1. So because there are first equation 1 digit, second equation 2 digit, nth equation there are n digits. So I have to start with 9 into 10 power n minus 1, 8 into 10 power n minus 2, and so on. The last number is 11 minus n into 10, that 10 minus n. Okay. Then I have to write with 8 minus n. I can keep as it is 8 minus n. And similar way, what's the next one? So 9 into, that is I can multiply 10 inside the bracket as well as minus 1 inside the bracket. If you multiply 10 inside the bracket, each of every power of n is increased by 1. So 9 into 10 power n, 8 into 10 power n minus 1. Then last term is 10 minus n into, that is 10 minus n into 10. Okay. Minus, here what do you get? The same power, that is minus 9 into 10 power n minus 1, 8 into 10 power n minus 2, 7 into 10 power n minus 3, and so on. The last one is 10 minus n plus 8 minus n. The same way. Okay, you have to understand very carefully here. Okay. So 9 into 10 power n, I can keep first term as it is. Then how do I get? See 8. See here 8 into 10 power n minus 1, here 9 into 10 power n minus 1. If you subtract it, I will get minus 1. In previous case, I get plus 1. Here I can get minus 1. Hello. Here I can write 8 minus 9. 8 minus 9 is minus 1. So again 7 minus 8 minus 1. Here I will get minus common, so I can take it out minus outside. So 10 power n minus 1, 10 power n minus 2, and so on. Finally, I can get 10 power 1. Because here I have up to 10 power 1. So here I have up to 10 power 1. Okay. Then when you observe this is minus 10 plus n, because minus is common. Minus 10 plus n plus 8 minus n. So minus n plus n cancel. Minus 10 plus 8 is become 2. Okay. I can keep that plus 2. So I can keep minus 2. Here minus 10 plus 8 minus 2. I can keep minus 1 inside the bracket. Then as well as I can keep minus 1 outside the bracket. If you keep minus 1 inside the bracket, I can take it out minus outside. Finally, I have 9 into 10 power n minus of 10 power n minus 1 plus 10 power n minus 2, etc. Then 1. Okay. So here very carefully, here finally we have minus 2 I keep minus 1, I can rewrite minus 2 as minus 1 minus 1. So I can keep minus 1 outside and I can keep minus 1 inside the bracket. When you keep minus 1 inside the bracket, already I can take it on minus outside. So if you take it on minus outside, finally I have 1 in this place. Okay, within 2 minutes I will complete. Please wait. So here what I am going to do is adding and subtracting 10 power n. In this step, I can adding and subtracting 10 power n. When you add 10 power n, this term become 10 times of 10 power n. If you subtract 10 power n, I can club the minus 10 power n in within the bracket. So finally, I have minus of 10 power n, 10 power n minus 1, etc. up to 1 minus 1. Just adding 10 power n and subtracting 10 power n. Okay, okay, 1 minute I will complete. So finally we have 10 power n plus 1. When you observe this, this is nothing but 10 power n plus 1 minus 10 power n plus 1 minus 1 by 9 minus 1. Since we have the formula, please observe this, easily you can solve it. So finally we have 8 times of, if you simplify, take the LCM, okay, 8 into 10 power n plus 1 minus 1 by 9. So when you observe 10 power n plus 1 minus 1 is nothing but n plus 1 times of 9. When you divide by 9, the n plus 1 9s become n plus 1 ones. Okay, when you multiply by 8, you will get n plus 1 times of 8. Okay, this is the formula already we know, that is a sum of GP. Okay, so just apply the sum of GP here. See, please observe. Sum of GP, we can apply sum of GP here, you will get the answer here. 10 into 10 power n become 10 power n plus 1. So you will get 10 power n plus, this is nothing but sum of GP. When you simplify this, you will get this one. So when you observe this, 10 power n plus 1 minus 1 is n plus 1 times of 9s. When you divide by 9, it's become n plus 1 times of 1. When you multiply by 8, it is n plus 1 times of 8. Okay. Up to this, just tried some homework problems. Here I listed it. So up to this, the topic is over. We have one more topic in unit 3, that is base B representation. Up to this, the unit 3 is completed. Okay. Thank you, students. Now you can leave the class. If you have any doubt, ask me. Okay. If you have any doubt, otherwise you can leave the class. Okay, ma. Thank you.